on, guys. We're here to do the prepaid super chat. For those of you that don't know, I have started hosting prepaid super chats via the website as an addition. And look at this. I'm like running around trying to get ready. So they're going to be on Mondays. I will host them on the booking page if you didn't know. So if you haven't subscribed to the website, one bonus is you get some additional kind of updates. You get freebie posts to do with your star signs, your twin flame pass, booking. So we have 2 clients today, and then after that, we're able to do the public super chats if you wish to, but they were discounted on the website. So if you do want to be part of that again for the additional, jump through to the website. Otherwise, it's $39 because we get service fees on YouTube. So it's one way I can actually put back into the business and I can continue to bring the creative content to you. So thank you for those of you that have booked the prepaid super chats. It really helps the channel grow and it supports me at YILDIZ Readings 5D. So I appreciate it. And we can dive deep. Okay, so I'm going to get the ruin cast. The first client is Heather. So if you do jump into this after Dal, you've got your update. And we're going to see what's coming through for you. Now, I know that Heather, you mentioned Scorpio. So we're going to have a look at that as well. And I'll give you a bit of a brief overview. You've gone through a lot of changes and you have a lot coming up to do with your career as well. But also personally, you have to really look after your wellness at the moment. You've got achievements coming up. It's a lot of Chiron energy. It will be acting a lot like Scorpio at the moment. So you can feel, you know, maybe going off your food, maybe going onto food, having a bit of an emotional roller coaster. But this is going to be a very positive transit. Okay, it's not to say that this is easy, but for you personally, in your life, you're going to have a lot of changes. And the way you look at your work, the way you look at contracts and connections, it's all evolving. You just got to keep your stress levels down. So with the 6th house, there will be a lot to do with you being in a very firm routine, especially because Aries is in Chiron is there. And you do have the lotus flower, which is to do with that transit. Next month, we're going to be having Aries and Chiron moving retrograde. So that can be a lot of healing for you spiritually. And I do feel emotionally, Heather, you know, when it comes to blasts from the past and things to that degree, they're really going to come up very large for you. But you might find that you're restructuring your life and trying to find a way to make life more balanced, which is going to make it so much easier for you. So if you find that you've been doing the eat, pray, repeat, and working incredibly hard on some of the goals that you had in mind and yourself personally, there might have been a lot of shadow work. You're going to find that that is going to pay well for you in the future. So, you know, pretty much from here into 2023, we have the North Node in Taurus. Hi, Angela. So for you, Heather, it is one of those transits that is quite a large one. I've been through it myself. I went through the 1st and the 7th house. That's sort of what you have going on. And that was in 2020 when we had the Great Conjunction. It was all the way through to 2017 because it was the moon and my, it was both sides. I was really having that transit, which you do tend to find that when you're going through it, it feels like you're being pulled inside out. That's about the best way I can describe it. You'll definitely be able to understand other people's perspectives as well as your own. And you come out of it probably after the nodes move again, you're going to come out of it very differently. Very similar to Gemini and Sagittarius. They were supposed to have reconciliations and reunions already. Hi, Michelle. But at the same time, that was a little bit stifled due to the fact that we had transits in Pisces. So it was a bit delayed. So for you, spiritually, bringing things together, coming full circle is going to be a very positive outcome for you. But you can find that emotionally, you can be looking at house and home and your future goals of what you're wanting to achieve. So the ruin cast you have is this. We're just getting it in the book. I'm going to make sure I've got the correct page. Bear with me while I'm searching. I should have pulled this before I come on live, but anywho, for those of you that want a super chat after I've done the prepaid ones, I'm happy to do that for you within means because I do have to do all the updates. Okay, so it's matching an energy. It's ash, fire. So you're working with the element of fire at the moment. And yes, there is a potential you could feel burnt out. You do have a lot of power that's coming through at the moment. And it's really important to try and keep as balanced as possible. I did say on Instagram last night when I was doing a live is that, there can be this burnout point. There can be this point that we feel we're really doing a lot, trying to, really push. And again, with all these transits coming up that are going to be in the house of Cancer, you may feel tired and just want to go into hermit mode. The way you directly heal inside your star sign is for you to go inside yourself. Hi, sweet. So for you, Heather, spiritually, you could be very in your head. You could be very intuitive. You're also going to feel that, you've got a lot of goals that you have in mind. And emotionally at the moment, because we have the moon in Gemini, you can find that the things that you can depend on, it's like you're seeking that. And you're trying to create that stability in life. But also with the 8th house is to do with you having deeper intimacy and deeper connections. Now, because we do have some testing aspects astrologically, the way it can play out for you is that emotionally you could fall into lack mentality. Now, it's going to be very temporary. And if those resources aren't there for you, what you will find is you're directly creating them and you're going to do that nurturing. It's really funny because I'm looking at this card and it really feels like it is your frequency coming up. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on others. Now is the time to give to yourself. And it's, for Aries in the 1st house, for instance, which is very collective energy, especially very strong coming through. When it does come to your routine, you could directly feel that you have a lot on your plate, Heather, and it can feel as though the whole world's on your shoulders. And again, sometimes these things are things that we directly do to ourselves. So it can be, God, I've got to do X, Y, and Z. But it's okay to actually say, well, do I like this or don't I like this? And I think you're going through that compartmentalization where it does come to life, love, work. And I don't know why I get this feeling. It's like you have this big goal, and whatever this big goal is, whether it's a heart-filled desire or whether it's, who you want to be on this planet, it feels quite large and it's very mission orientated. My guide's saying to me that you can achieve it. They're saying that you have a bigger purpose than you know and a bigger desire to, to be so much more than you feel you have been. So let's read. Okay, what does it say? Mundane. Joy, celebration, success, reward, harmony, family, tribe, emotional release. So Cancer for you at the moment, the star sign Cancer does fall in your 9th house. Now, how could this play out for you? The new moon in Cancer for you, Heather, especially with your positions astrologically, as you've mentioned, it can be that you are thinking of long distance travel. It could be you are working online. It may be that you're thinking about upskilling. You could be blogging, journaling, your sole purpose spiritually, whatever you're readdressing, even your direction in life. It could be all of a sudden you're thinking, God, when's the last time I had a bloody holiday? You might be you're looking at the bigger picture. It also can be to do with you feeling like you want to address a document. There could be something of a nature of a binding document that you need to assess. And again, it could be really researching. If there's a big plan that you're wanting to achieve, it's about researching it. The other way this can play out is that spiritually speaking, you might feel like the black sheep of the bloody family. And the energy of Cancer at the moment, we have to be wary because we're always going to have a yin to the yang. So one of the ways it can play out is because we have Black Moon Lilith in Cancer is that emotionally you can feel people don't understand you. And so try and compartmentalize and understand that. Again, coming back to self, what do you want? Not what everyone else wants, because, the old notion of the plane's going down, we've got to think of self first. It's not, selfishness is healthy, but it's in a very practical way. It's okay, well, what are my needs? I can't keep spending, you know, my kitty and feeling that that's going to go forever. What is going to work for me best so that I can have the most fulfilling life? And again, I feel there might be a little bit of guilt that can come through between now and next month. But yet again, I feel you're trying to, it could be that you're healing and coming to terms with things, you're raising your vibration, you're keeping focused on your dreams, so with Aries and Chiron. So during both Jupiter and Aries and Chiron retrograde, you will find in your career zone, for instance, you can be reflecting upon what that direction is. And if you need to change gears, the good thing is it retrogrades, it slows down enough for you to make those adjustments so you can have the direct success for 2023. I also feel spiritually, when it does come to romantic energy, this can be you restructuring, redirecting your energy. And there's a lot really coming up in your 7th house. So for you, work, money, the way you look, you could be changing it. You could be changing the way you see things, but you really do need to pay cautious attention to your health. And it can be during those retrogrades that you actually do that healing. You might be going through a bit of a detox at the moment. That can come up quite naturally. So I'll repeat the ruin cast and then we'll get into the tarot. Joy, celebration, success, reward, harmony, family, tribe, emotional release. The esoteric is inner connectedness, spiritual well-being, 6th house. Universal family, I did say 9th house, believing and feeling. It's like breaking those old patterns in family, maybe breaking a karmic cycle inside a family. It could be that, you know, mum and dad maybe were broke and then suddenly you're looking at it and going, oh, that's where I'm going to be. It could be a belief that you have this revelation of with Neptune moving retrograde. Neptune, you know, and again, it can come down to our childhood and romance. The shadow side of Neptune and Pisces is hitting your 5th house. So for you at an emotional level with the 5th house, any creative projects that you're dealing with, you could be maybe second guessing. You could be looking at them really practically. Also, if you're looking after people, you know, trying to address those things and trying to balance those things out, that can be pretty challenging as well. But you're going to be able to look at it in a very different format that you can have more clarity to actually address those issues. So sometimes it can come through a little bit negatively, but other times it turns us into being very practical. Another way the 5th house can be playing out for you is relating to children and romance. So emotionally, we can go into disillusionment, but then we can step back from the painting and actually have a clue how we can turn that corner to have that great breakthrough. But at the moment, you can get the yin to the yang with it. In reversed, which it's not, it's in the upright, and we do have the infinity symbol here with achievement and the lotus flower. Disconnection, loss of faith, degeneration of social unit. Now, this potentially is either A, something you're going through right now, or B, it can be something that you are addressing relating to your family and tribe, the people that have been around you, maybe inside of life. You know, in your family, you had to be everything for everyone. And now that suddenly all the spotlight's back on you, and we kind of go through this phase, it's almost like everyone wants a piece of you and we're giving our power away, and then it swaps with that 1st and the 7th house, and suddenly it's like, what do I want to do? And we can get quite scared by that, because it can mean that, especially with the 5s astrologically and, you know, with numerology, it's these upheavals and changes, and then it's almost like we feel spiritually we're looking at things and going, well, what to from here? And that's the beauty. It's actually, well, what do you want to do? Don't look at it as a horrible thing. Look at it as, hey, with my time, whatever I choose to put my energy into, this actually physically belongs to me. I'm the boss of me, and I can choose what's right for me. Let's see. Okay, so if people aren't helping you, don't enable. Okay, that's one warning with the ruin cast. It's if they're peeving you off and they're not helping, you don't have to be angry about it. Kind of step back and let them kind of, you know, sort their problems out. It reminds us of the joy in celebrating, particularly on a team or tribal level. So there's good things about tribe and there's bad things, okay? Where the bond between us are honoured and embraced. When reversed, we are warned of the threat to the cohesiveness of the group. We must hold hard to what we have worked with our fellows to keep things together, keep the faith. So I feel you're having a revelation of the give and take. I feel you're looking at things And it's not necessarily that things are broke. It's that you're looking at it more from the perspective of, okay, if somebody's giving to me and I choose to give, it's because I'm choosing to give. It's not because I feel obliged or I have to. That's the healing. It's because I'm choosing to. But I just feel you're changing directions. You're changing directions. It feels extremely exciting. It doesn't feel negative at all. You also may be finding that, you know, your income can be increasing. You can be finding that you do need to be careful with speech, especially moving into the first week of July. You might find that you get a little bit ratty, so just be careful with the communication. You're going to be more assertive as well. Your stress points are going to come up if you're getting worn out. So if you find that you're going to burn out, you need to stop and you need to get rest. And you're actually going to be more productive doing such. Okay, friendship groups maybe were a bit testing for you individually. What else can I say? And again, you know, the tension point really has come from your contract, your money, maybe even your wellness and your health and your diet. So, you know, trying to keep stable through all these changes. You also can have, you know, suddenly really lots of very social energy. I feel you're going to be working hard to pull everything together, and it might be a project. It could be getting paperwork together. But especially, you know, with the 8th house, you could get to a point where, and this is one thing that we need to be careful of, and especially for you, Heather, it's like you could get to a point you think, you know what, I just want to drop the ball. Just keep going, Dale. You know, whatever it is you're dealing with, just keep going because you are going to get a good outcome after. Just trust the process. Okay. Okay, there is a person here. Now, this could either be a contract or what you're moving into. I feel you're nurturing a situation. At a romantic level, there could be a very gentle individual here. I also feel there's a guide on the other side that is helping you through at the moment. This could be a loved one that's passed over. It feels like it's a male energy. It feels very protective and nurturing. You might have asked this individual for a little bit of guidance, or maybe you were tuning into them and thinking, gee, you know, if they were here, this does feel like a spiritual guide or a loved one that's passed over. I feel they're protecting you. I also do feel there's an individual here who's very, very gentle in nature. It could be very quietly spoken. This could be an offer that's coming in. I do feel in the past, look, what you've really moved away from is maybe had been in that lack mentality and maybe trying to balance things. This could be balancing money. Maybe people were manipulating you and making you feel that you had to do certain things. So there's a lot of crap on your shoulders. You've got the 10 of Wands. Okay, so you're moving away from this though. This is something, whatever you've dived into, where you're moving to is the King of Wands. So from a business perspective or a work perspective, whatever this goal is that you're moving towards, it feels there is this progression. I do feel there's going to be a social event as well. I'm seeing that you could be choosing to cut things out of your life, and whatever those things are that you're cutting, it feels it's absolutely necessary. It just feels like you're just going to have this light bulb moment. It's going to be super rational to you. And you're kind of looking at like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I want to do. I don't really need this. I'm kind of fighting for something that's not worth it. But I don't feel this is generally to do with a person. It could be a friendship group. I also don't feel this is relating to a romantic interest. I feel this is more the practical things in life and the mundane. I also feel you don't want to fight with anyone. It's just a whole bunch of drama and you can't be bothered. You just want to go to that blissful energy. I also feel the seriousness of what's coming through. If people aren't pulling their weight, I just see you actually moving away from them. I feel you don't have time for that. You don't want to hear any white noise. You want movement. You want cohesiveness. My guides are also saying if where you were working or what you were working on, if you didn't have support or enough staff, that's being resolved too. Telling you, Neptune going retrograde and the dog keeps barking. That's one benefit of moving. Hopefully no dog. Okay, there's I'm not going to lie to you, there is a little bit of a stumbling ground here, and that more than likely is between now and next month. Where it stands at the minute in your energy, this can shift. You might feel nervous that everything's unstable. I would directly think more so of, okay, let's not focus on what isn't stable. Be in awareness of it, okay? Let's look at how you can create that stability within your power. And I do feel that is coming towards you. It's almost like all these changes come and then all these benefits come. And that can be including love. I just feel all these benefits are coming. Something of the past is coming back. And I get this vibe that it's going to take it. You're going to have to take a leap of faith. You may feel extremely excited. This can also be like an old project. It might be a romantic person, but you're going to know. You'll really know. It's either you're going to know how to unlock it and how to create consistency in it, or directly this person has changed a lot and it's moving forward. But I do see this actually working quite well, but it is coming from the past. Are there change? Yeah, these changes you're making, though, I just feel you're on the right track. Whatever these changes you're deciding to do, they might take a little bit of time, and I think you're looking at it practically. It's not like you're expecting everything to be a bed of roses, but you also have, it's almost like your senses, your six senses are saying, I'll know when it feels right, tastes right, smells right. I know that's kind of a weird analogy, but that's the way it's coming through. Okay. You got some, the things around home, if the give and take wasn't there, like you're getting things on track, you might be finding in the next, from here, really moving into next month, you might be shifting things around. Some of you could be dealing, with your future and saying, okay, where do I want to live? How is this going to look? Is this going to function? Is this going to help me with my progress? But there is a family member. There's something going on with a family member as well. I do see, like, if you're not in a couple doom, it feels like there's a potential here. We have the Lord coming out, which is more, a masculine energy. It feels healthy. I don't know why, but I'm seeing this to be very positive. So if you are in a relationship, which I kind of feel this is a new energy, but it feels, how do I put it? When I say new energy, it's like there's somebody you're directly with right now or being with, but it feels positive. It feels very stable and mature. Okay, make sure that you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's when it comes to paperwork, because they're making mention here of needing to address a document. Don't presume, especially in the next week, especially with Neptune going retrograde. Be careful of scammers. You've got to be really careful of that. I do feel wherever you're going, it's going to be very secure. You do need to be open because you've got the marriage card coming here. And I feel the outcome card is to be ready, because this is a bridging. This is a bridging kind of portal for you. I'm really happy with the card style, because you've got the Chiron lotus flower. And it's almost like if you follow your instincts, I feel this is really going to go in your favor. Overall, I see this to be a very positive read. Feel free to ask questions after. And if anything else comes up, I'll mention it to you. But otherwise, we're going to clear the deck and we're going to go on to the next person. The super chats after the main, they'll be short and punchy. They won't be as long as this, but they will be short and punchy, but I'll dive deep psychically. I probably won't pull a ruin cast. I'll pull the cards and I'll channel it. So if you do want to join us for the super chats, I will put a notice up on the website. Hi, Dale. And yeah, feel free to inbox me if you're interested, and I'll send you guys a update, and I'll put the community post up on YouTube. I'll give you more warning. But yes, if you do join the website, you get your star signs, twin flame updates. We're turning them into podcasts this month. And I'll do a little bit of an update after this, a bit of a chit chat, and then I've got to hit the road because I've got to go get all your content done in 4 days. Okay, so the next one is Giggle. Let's have a look at how yours is coming up. Now, as I'm pulling the cards, I'll chat. For you, Okay, you can be really looking at the moment the other person's point of view, and that's because your zodiac being Libra and the shadow sign being Aries, you could be in two minds about it. Okay, cool. You could be in two minds about it. The other thing is very similar. You emotionally can feel like there has been a lot going on. I also feel family related, lineage, a lot coming up. Your health as well. It can be something that you're still trying to move through at the moment. It is going to settle. Neptune is bringing a hard aspect to that, especially because in various aspects of those signs, it's your wellness. You know, you got love. You got things with love coming up. You got things with family coming up. You got things with health coming up, and it's been exhausting for you. The benefit is your sacral chakra is probably going to be pretty active at the moment. If you can be, so you're going to go hot and cold. You're going to feel you're going to be going hot and cold, on and off food. Emotionally, you can be extremely receptive to energy at the moment. And I'm seeing that especially from your love interest energy, there's lots of changes happening now. You know, the fact that their moon is in Cancer, I'm actually seeing for you between now and next month, there can be some movement and changes happening with that individual, especially because at a collective level, we're having Jupiter and Aries and Chiron moving retrograde. This individual is going through a very, very large spiritual change. Their energy does feel quite close. It feels quite nervous. But we'll get into what is coming through for them. Let's get their ruin cast. I don't know why they feel so bloody nervous. They feel really nervous. They're not liking the image of the painting at the moment that they're seeing. That's their life. It's like where their life's at, where they are. Yeah, they know. It's like they're looking at the painting. If they're with a karmic individual, they're looking at it, and like the card's even saying it. What's over here? What's the ruin say? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm seeing this individual looking at the painting of their life. And it's like, I'm hearing the term Dutch courage. They're looking at it. It's almost like when you're looking at someone, maybe you're in a connection with them and it's like you're total strangers, but you're looking at them and it's like this whole play that's going on, but you know darn on it that it's not. It's like, it's over. You might not have spoken it into fruition. You might have even broached the subject a couple of times on deaf ears. So this person's almost staring at an individual. Now, this can be a physical person or an image, like a photo, but it feels very matter of fact. Like it's almost like looking across the hill and you see the prize and you're looking at it going, you know, you can't have the prize until you do what you need to do. You need to eat your vegetables. Okay. If you eat your vegetables, you can have dessert. But if you don't eat vegetables, hasn't your mother ever told you that? Oh, God. And it's like, I love my mum, but back then, certain food groups on the food chain that my mum would make, they weren't hot. So it's this analogy, and they're kind of like, I know I need to eat the vegetables before I have dessert. So this card is about surrendering, okay? All these wounds. Good old Aries and Chiron, and the individual is in Aries as well, and the moon's in Cancer. So a lot to do with family, home, conditioning, beliefs. Surrender. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go, and all will work out. And it's like you're on the edge of the cliff, and you're like, I know it's there. I want to jump in. So I'm looking through this person's eyes, and they're looking either A, at this individual, or B, at a picture, but they're looking in that direction. They've already accepted the fact that it is over. This is nothing they want. And it's like staring. logically thinking about you. I know where I'm going. I know it'll be okay once I do it. Why haven't I done it? Looking at this person, I think it's almost like their life is flashing before their eyes, and they're like, Neptune, there you go. It's like, and I feel nauseated just channeling. Oh, what is wrong with this person? Okay, that's a bit yuck. If you're getting nausea, it's coming from that person. They feel physically sick to their stomach with stress of what this is. It feels disgusting. I can't explain it. Let's pull a card. Literally makes me want to puke all of a sudden. They are stressed. Oh, I'll be incense in my head. So, joy channeling. They feel they're being haunted. Okay, they're like, but I don't know, this person, whoever this individual is in their life, how they made them feel, this could have even been a previous energy that's come into their life. How do I explain it? It's a little bit like if you have PTSD, you've had a shitty situation, and then you've gone into a connection, and it can be a totally different connection, but the PTSD relating to a previous individual with their demeanors come up, and it's coming up. So the anxiousness, because they've kept pulling the toenails out, and it's almost like they feel nauseated by paranoia of, oh my gosh, what will the backlash be? And there's a lot of, whoever they dealt with, either with this person or a previous individual, was either a little bit violent and narcissistic. And so that stress level that's coming up is really petrifying. It's like, it's literally making them feel sick. But they're looking at them like, I am so over you. Why am I fighting for this? It's not going anywhere. I'm going to leave you. So why am I doing this to myself? It's like they have tried. It's funny because the fives are coming through. They've tried and tried and tried. They've been here before. They've been there, done that. They've known. They definitely know they want to be with you. You know, like, and I've said this before. In their mind, it's like, shit, you know, I really want to be with Giggle. Like you, but this other person. Okay, let's pull this up. No, we won't go there yet. We're going to read the rune cast and then we'll get into it. There's something to do with a family-related dynamic going on. Now, this person might have children. I don't think it's their child or children, but this person might have children, or there's a family-related group energy. It's funny because they don't feel they resonate with this group. It's the eagle energy, Leo, Sun, and at the moment we have the Sun in Gemini. So what does it mean? Success, vitality, good fortune, popularity, the higher self, the spiritual will, enlightenment, divine blessings, gullibility, and blindness. It's not in reverse, which is good. So, yeah, intuitively, they do know that there is an issue here, okay? It's an entirely positive as an individual rune. Well, we've only pulled one. When drawn on its own as an indicator of the present conditions, it confirms that all is well or soon will be, that the sun shines on the quadrant's doings. If in the company of others, more difficult runes, which there's no other rune cast, it's positive. Okay. So they can't, it's almost like the acceptance of what they know. The yellow chakra is also to do with the inner child, family-related dynamics. They do have Cancer here. This is a brand new beginning for them at a personal level. Instead of it being, what is about these other people? Suddenly it's this revelation of the personal power and saying, no, but what do I want? And I don't like this. This is affecting my health. This is making me feel sick. This is all work, no play. And that spiritually isn't working for them anymore, especially pretending to be something for the sake of another person. That's not working either. If I was them, I'd be scared too. This karmic is a piece of work. But don't worry, they're gonna tackle it. I don't know what this person is very karmic-y, this individual. Not the love interest. Whoever. Okay, let's have a look. They know the right thing to do is to leave. Like, it's not that they want to hurt anyone, upset anyone, do the wrong thing. They do have, mindset-wise, the inner child comes up and they feel directly they can communicate with you. They feel that you understand them. They don't necessarily feel their behavior is perfect at all times. They are not meaning to be disrespectful by any means. There is regrets relating to that. There is something of a manipulation level with this individual that they had been dealing with. So there's a, what we deem as a lot at stake. I'm going to have a look at what this is, because at the moment it looks as though, what should I pick? What is this? I want to know what this is. There's something to do with, like, they're almost like, I've got myself in this, like, it's almost like signing a contract and then you look at it and go, I'm getting dipped. I'm getting, like, interest rates 29%, something like that. And you're like, oh, yeah, I thought it was a good deal. Yeah, Neptune. No. Whatever this is, this entanglement, I think it's something to do with a home. There's something these people, maybe it's conditioning. Maybe it's the guilt of not accepting that you failed at something, but I just feel there's something money related here. But the funny thing is, the way they're looking at it now isn't, well, crap, I've done it. I now need to deal with this. It's not, well, I can't do anything because I'm a victim and, hey, I'm stuck in this circumstance. It's done now. Wow, what a messed up decision I made. It's here. I really do get a very strong feeling there is a legacy asset associated here. And that came up last time. There's something in the mix. Either they're connecting with their mother on the other side and there's guilt, but I do feel the mother energy is actually guiding this individual. But there's a misuse of power here. There's almost this victim consciousness that this karmic brings up, but also can be quite domineering and controlling. There's a lot of shame that they're dealing with, but they're literally looking at this person. It's like an alien to them. So when they look at them, it's almost like they just don't feel that there's anything that they directly have in common. There might have been at a point in life, but I'm not seeing it from the cards here today. There's this feels it could be almost a conversation they might be having with a professional. And this is to address this. They know it's going to look yucky. They know that you're sitting there and you're going, have you not kind of, dealt with this? What's going on? Is it, isn't it? Are we still repeating this pattern? What's going on? So they do have that pressure cooker happening where they know that in the back of their mind what you're thinking. It's like, have you done your sheet yet? Have you sorted it? Are we done? No. Okay. Yeah, this is a conversation that's overdue. It's like you're thinking that because you haven't heard anything, as far as you're concerned, nothing's been done. They know that's what you're thinking. There's guilt associated to that. So they're like, hurry up, you actually need to do something over here with you. Yeah, you could be having some feelings, which is they're acknowledging this. They know this is what you're thinking. They're thinking, yeah, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, well, I'm deeply in love with this situation. It's the bee's bloody knees. They know that this is what you're thinking, and that's causing them pain. They know that you have made sacrifices. They know it is unfair to do this to you. but you are somebody that they actually want. You're down for it, providing that there is a change of events, but you feel that until this person actually has sorted their crap, they know damn straight you are not going to be dancing with the devil. Part of you, this circumstance, another thing that they're actually relaying to me is that they feel if they don't follow through with this, you're always going to wonder in the back of your mind if you can trust this person. So it's almost like they're them physically choosing to pull the rotten toenail out is building up that, it's rebuilding that trust so you can actually have faith in it and go, okay, you chose something for yourself. You've ended a cycle. You've sat with yourself. You're ready for a connection. I feel this other individual who was connected to your romantic interest is aware of you. This person is a bit aggro. Okay, if they are working from home, the person that they were dealing with, it's almost like hovercraft. It's a bit stalkerish. I feel they've gone inside their heads. Oh, really? Do we have to go there? I don't like talking about that. Okay, they're saying that they haven't been intimate. I don't like talking about it on YouTube. Yeah, there's no, this person, I guess, because they are, how would I put it? How can I tactically put it for YouTube? For, you know, being sensitive. I do feel because your love interest is thinking and very emotional at the moment, really dissatisfied. They're not attracted by this individual. Due to the fact, it could be they're saying, look, I need to wash my hair. There's that avoidance. They do feel that while they're with this person, they're actually cheating on you. There's guilt. It's like they don't even like each other's friends. This has been going on, I would say, 3 months. They're making reference to the eclipses. So 3 months this has been going on for. So it's by far, especially between now and next month, this is gonna be there. That's all I can say. It's gonna bring it full circle if they can last that long. And by the looks of it, because there's an avoidance of intimacy, when they're thinking about you, they're thinking about it. When they're thinking about this, it's not. Okay, there's not much going on there. The song I can think of is Limp Bizkit. Okay, I hope you understand. I'm speaking in code here. There's just not. It's not happiness to see me, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Okay, that is not hot. Okay, my guides are saying be careful what you think of, because number one, you're tired of the immaturity. You're deeply attracted to them. I mean, you're down for that, you know. But at the same time, you're kind of weighing the scale. You're like, okay, do I actually want a full relationship? Am I happy to just go with the flow? No, I actually really do. Yeah, no, I can do that on my own. So you had been going back and forward. Yes, emotions to do with, hey, well, you know, you've kind of chosen your boat and it's not so pretty. If it was so bloody horrible, what are you there for? This person knows what they need to do, though. That's what I will say. But you don't want the immaturity. You're really not down for the immaturity. You're taking a critical eye on it. By no means should you worry if they find you attractive or good enough. It's nothing to do with that. Look at the Moon and Virgo here. They do not look at it. They do like that Virgo trait of you. That Venus Virgo. Do I need to say more? Yes, they do. Okay, the benefit they're saying is, I mean, the reason I said to you, be careful what you think, at times when you're trying to decipher and understand what they're going through and what the holdup is, it's really pretty basic. It does look pretty basic what they're going through. It sounds trivial, but when we've got a pain body experience, or we have conditioning and beliefs, it's the guilt. It's like, I've got to be the bad guy. I think there's panic to do with it because it's going to be a whole new world, so to speak. Yes, But it's also, you know, when you let somebody down, if this person is bringing their family around all the time, it's actually the guilt relating to, by the way, I'm not in love with your tribe and I'm not in love with you guys either, but I've got to be the bad guy here. It feels crappy. It really does. But it's happening. It's coming up and it's making this karmic energy very moody. I was going to check something. Bear with me. I'm telling you, channeling that individual is quite foggy. If you have been thinking of, is the reason that person is there because they have a child, please stop thinking that. You're going to manifest it. You're going to be so bloody careful. So bloody careful. Don't jujuing it. Don't juju it. Hi, darling. Okay. Any questions, Gilbert? Did you want me to clarify anything? Do I think it's close? Yes, I do. Probably in the last 48 hours, channeling your energy, it did feel very close by, like communication is coming through. What else can I say about it? I think that they're done on it. It's almost like they're saying, I'm in trouble here. She's not going to, I want her, but she's not going to. It's like, you know, when the inner child comes up, she told me I can't have my ice cream if I don't have my vegetables. It's the sadness. It's like, shit, man, I've got to do this. You know, and he's going to feel so much better after. He's just going to, because he's going to be able to be himself. You know, it's like I pulled the toenail out. It's already ended. It has already ended. The conversation piece just hasn't been addressed. That's all. So it's like you're waiting. You're waiting in the queue in the government office, and you're like, we're going to have that conversation. That's where it's at. I hope that helps. Any super chats for the public? Anyone interested, or am I hitting the road and going back to the star signs? So did any of you see the little questionnaires I threw up for you guys on the community post? And no joke, there never is a right time. It feels like crap, but hey, there never is a right time. I won't be able to do many because I do need to go to the paddle room. I channel best that way. So jump in now or forever hold your pace. The super chats, like I said, if you do get them via the website, they're cheaper, but doing it this way because the money is going back into the channel for personal development and new stuff. Feeling good, balance surrounding. Can you check in with the connection? I surely can. And you need to keep really grounded, true heart, moving into next month because both for Virgos and Geminis, it's pretty full on. You've got to really, really keep your tweets about you. It's good energy moving forward at the moment, but it can get a little bit testing next month. Okay, let's see what's coming up for you. You're being private at the moment. The spiritual connect. You're keeping things private, like you're keeping it close to your chest. You are meditating upon things. Overall, you're having your normal days. You do feel a bit more higher vibe because you have been busy. I think it's helped you actually keep that equilibrium. It's almost like your mind is almost racing to maybe it's going to take a little bit longer, you know, whatever this situation is. You are being protective of yourself, but it's not paranoid. Do you get what I'm saying? You feel maybe something is being hidden from you, you know, and that could be maybe that they're just a little bit more quiet than usual. Maybe your subconscious is saying maybe they want to say something, but they're really not saying anything. There is this art of appreciation, though. I think the distance between you both at the minute, it's actually creating that art of appreciation, which is really positive. I do feel there has been, how do I put it, maybe dramas happening in that side of the tribe. Yeah, so it's like dramas. Do you get what I mean? Thank you. So there appears to be dramas. Whatever these dramas are, you've got this instinct that something's coming up. Something's going to wait. I think you'll know when this time is, Ange, right? I get this feeling that you're going to wake up at night. So it might be that you get a phone call at night time, or that something is keeping you up and you're having that intuition. I feel you're stepping back, and there might be a circumstance that your twin is actually learning about at this point, and it's a very personal kind of it's a personal emotion, it's a personal experience, and that can be relating to karmic individuals, healthy boundaries, coming to terms with things in the past. I think, your mind still is in the mindset. I feel you're very much moving forward, Dale. I do feel there's almost this feeling that, I don't know, there's something coming in relating to the father. I get this really funny feeling about it. I think, twin might be a bit funky around that individual at the moment this week. But the other thing I am picking is there are wounds, but the feeling you're having is, in part of you, you're like, oh my God, after this is all said and done, is it going to get better, or our situation's going to continue to play out? And I think spiritually, if it was to do that, I think you really feel emotionally you're really creating that new compass, where you're just going to be pretty grounded moving forward. It's not necessarily that we want to spiritually, tune into that as a possibility, but there are some, this is testing the energy, so to speak, but it's actually helping both parties to become extremely independent. And especially with Venus and Gemini at the moment, it just doesn't promote codependency. It's one of those things where we can get a little bit needy and almost want to jump in the deep end and, really have that person near us. But on the opposite spectrum, it can almost be this push-pull dynamic. I feel this wound, though. How do I put it? I feel when you're going to get news, it's going to be at night time. That's what's coming through to me. Now, this could either be a psychic download prior to information, or it's going to be, how would I put it? A physical phone call. But there is something keeping you up at night. But the message, what's coming through as a message? Yes, something is coming to a close. I do feel that's coming to a close. Are you still here, Ange? True Heart. Any questions? I do feel it's close, but I feel it's almost at a stagnant point, and then it's going to come up. It feels it goes quiet before it happens. Does that make sense? Hi, Italy. But again, we've got the full moon, the new moon in Capricorn in reverse, which next month we're having a full moon, so that's an ending of a cycle. So, look, I think overall you're in a good space. I think you're safe. I don't think, is there paranoia that things are going to go back to the way they were? Yes, but I don't think you're letting it control you, Dale. I feel that you're in awareness that there is a major shift happening here. And this major shift, maybe spiritually in your mind, you feel this is a make and break. You are protecting yourself. You're creating a healthy boundaries. There is a lot of love here. There is love for this person. There's empathy and understanding. You do want to be supportive. There's some situations maybe, and I just feel conflict with family members, which is totally out of her control. It either is or it isn't. If she is having dramas with that, that's going to be something that I do feel she'll be able to deal with. It might not necessarily be the most fun time. I feel there's conflict over money, maybe conflict over ideas of what's happening. But ultimately, I feel, this is all serving a purpose. It feels very purposeful. I feel your vibration being very positive. I feel with your purpose of moving forward. I do feel, especially for you moving into next month, there can be this element of surprise. Then this is what's coming, because the cards are to do with the end cycle. And I'm speaking in code. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. So emotionally, yeah, we got healing here. We've got the player card. All right. So yeah, overall, you're human. It's like, is that where it's going? Could she particularly feel you getting over her? Everyone could. Do you know what I mean? Because we have Lilith in Cancer. So emotionally, all of us can be dealing with family and home and fighting that inside us. For you, you know, every human being on the planet has that. Do you know what I mean? It's like any person has that potential. And I think it's once we understand that and we accept it and just let go, like a person is not a job, and just, love ourselves and be open to the understanding of, hey, you can be married and living in separate houses. You can be in love with each other and living in separate houses. The love is here. The person is going through a hard time, but I feel that maybe the tribe energy has come to a plateau where it's really calm. But then, as I mentioned, it's going to go a different way, and it can happen quite quickly. So it might look like this could go on for ages, and then it's sudden. That's all I'm hearing. It's very sudden. I hope that helps, love. I hope that helps. But yeah, positive overall. The connection's here, but you're very it's like you're spinning on your own axis at the moment. Very calm. It is very calm. You probably don't always feel calm, but I mean, the energy around you is calm. It's positive. It's fresh. It might be all that ocean that you're getting. The clean ocean. Anyone else while I'm here? Am I hitting the road? Yeah, the water is good, especially for the clearing. But yeah, overall, it's like, I think you connecting with that is helping you detox. It's cleansing through the skin. It's being present. It's connecting with Mother Nature. So it's giving you purpose. And it's when we've got that purpose that we're more grounded and we can manifest it. And both of you do feel quite balanced. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Anyone else in the house? Or I'm hitting the road, Jack, because I've got all your star signs to do. We're doing a bit of a shift this month, so I've got some surprises for you guys. It'll probably end up being weekly content with channeled messages. You're going to get it as a video style podcast, and it's going to be singles, couples, career wellness, which will have your ascension reports in it. And I'll have my psychic channeled energy in there. And then if you want to dive deeper, on the website, we have the paid subscription, and that covers updates relating to your business astrology, your chakra reports week by week. So we're going to be doing that now. That's where we're going. So you can use the video, which is great, when you go to bed. I've made the video darker format with neon, and it's folded, so you can go through to the section that covers your love, your career, and you can back refer to it whenever you want. You can also listen to it in bed, on the road, and you're going to absorb more. When we're listening, we absorb more. Okay, my lovelies, I will see you again Friday. Can't remember the other dates, maybe Wednesday, I don't know. I'll have to check the section. Otherwise, I'll see you guys soon for the updates. Got to get the Twin Flame updates done now and upload them to the members open for the beginning of the month. Take care.